We'll go ahead and get started. First question, Zach Allen.
Hey John, even though this was a tough loss tonight, what are the good takeaways from this game, man?
Uh, Only good takeaway really is we kept competing and fighting hard. Other than that, we got to do a better job of getting off to good starts. We're not one of those teams that can get off to bad starts against good teams that know how to play the right way and try to come back and win all the time. So that starts with me. I got to do a better job of getting us into pace, being more aggressive on the defensive end early on, and getting us into sets.
Mark Berman.
John, y'all talked a number of times about getting off to a better start. Is that just mindset and intangible that you have to bring at the beginning of a game?
Nah, to be honest, man, if you ever look at it, when we don't make shots, like the first 5 or 6 shots, our defense is terrible. When we make shots early on, our defense is great. We're not a team that can turn it on and turn it off like that. We haven't won anything, so that doesn't mean nothing. We got to learn how to play at a high level defensively for 48 minutes, no matter if you're missing or making shots. And when we did that in the second half, that gave us an opportunity to cut back into the lead. We're down 4 at half. We're playing terrible in the first half, so we gave ourselves a chance.
Jonathan Fagan.
You guys normally are not particularly foul prone. Do you have any feeling for why there's so many fouls down the stretch tonight?
Well, for one, I don't know why, but I know I'll probably get fined for it, but the refs, it's just unbelievable, man. We're a team with a lot of guys that drive to the basket a lot. And we always get an excuse of why we don't get the same calls that other guys get. Guys drive every time we bump them or swipe down, they get every call. I feel like we have guys that drive to the basket just enough between me, Vic, EG that drives and don't get those same calls. And it's kind of frustrating because we're missing easy shots that we normally make, and some guys getting calls that they probably shouldn't get.
So do you think there was some frustration from that might have led to fouls on the other end?
No, I think a lot of them was fouls that happened near the end of the game. DeMar's a heck of a player that knows how to draw fouls, so we take nothing away from him. But it just seemed like every time we drive and somebody take a charge, it's an offensive foul for us. We take a charge, we were sliding. Or when we're driving and we get bumped, he beat you to the spot. Or like one time I'm posting up, DeJounte Murray's basically bear hugging me. I make the layup, I missed that one. Like, that's not an easy one to miss. That's like one that has to be called. And it's been frustrating for me for my whole career, basically. I drive to the basket, that's my game. I definitely improved my game of knocking out mid-range shots and threes. But for this season, I think I averaged maybe 3 to 4 free throws a game. Like, I'm not basing my game off that and why we lost this game. We lost the game because we didn't start off very well. And they was a better team tonight. But it's just frustrating for like my 16th or 17th. Well, how many games we played this season that I constantly got to keep asking. I know I ain't played in 2 years, but it gets frustrating.
Thank you.
Adam Spollen.
Hey, John, how do you think DeMarcus is fitting in with that starting unit?
Well, I think it's a process, it's a lot different than Christian Wood. Christian Wood's role catches lobs, give us a different threat in that position. And on defense end, he block shots. But DeMarcus, he's a guy that takes charges for us, communicates very well. And he's a pick and pop guy. He can post up at times. It's just a different dynamic. But we played with that before. We had a good winning streak with that before. We know he's the next man up. We're very well welcome for that. But we just got to do a better job as a group of getting off to good starts and committing ourselves on defensive end. To even be close in this game today with our terrible ass defense was good for us. We played terrible defensively. And with a team like that we know is fundamental, know how to play the game the right way. You can't make little mistakes against them. And every time we got close, they made the right play. We made the wrong ones.
Is there anything that's tougher to get used to when it's DeMarcus in that spot as opposed to Christian?
No. You just got to know your personnel. It's 2 different guys. That's all it is. It's a game of basketball. Knowing your guys and knowing what guys need the ball and what type of position they like to be in. And that's my job, to make the game easy for him and put him in the right situations to be successful. And that's why I feel like I'm the leader and the point guard of this team.
Brian Bearfield.
John, can you talk about the communication on the defensive end with not having Christian Wood in the game? It seemed like sometimes during the game, some guys were caught out of position.
That was just bad defense from us. Even when Christian's here or not here, that had nothing to do with it. It's communication, it's talking. Today we didn't do a great job of talking. When we be in a certain defense, we switching everything. Guys was late on switching or guys was not doing the right thing. So that had nothing with Christian being there. It was just us doing terrible job communication and then also guarding our guys one-on-one. We have to take pride in guarding our man one-on-one. And if you do get beat, trust that the help will be there. But try to guard your man with thinking no help's going to be there. And that makes the job easier. And we didn't do that. And they made some tough shots a little bit in the fourth quarter. But we was terribly defensive today.
Jonathan Fagan.
John, I know this is old stuff, but at this stage of your career, is it special in any way to go back to play in Carolina?
It's always great. I mean, it's a little difficult for me. It'll be my first game with losing my mom and my grandma that just passed, not this past Wednesday, but the Wednesday before. To play my first game back in North Carolina with them not being there because I'm so used to them being in the stands and cheering me on, supporting me. So it definitely would be fun for me to have the opportunity to be back home. But I won't be able to see no family and friends because no fans are allowed, and it's a 3-hour drive from where I'm from. So there'd be a little bit of emotion, but not too much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
John.